What is going on, people? It is 2024. You're about a week into it. I'm sure you're settling in, getting ready to knock out all them big old gigantic goals. And I wanted to share my target for this year. It's been amazing. Last year was awesome. The year before that was super awesome. And one thing struck me last year. I've been trying to figure out how to launch a business and do all the things that is required in a business. And it's been an amazing journey. So now, what I discovered last year during my reflection period around my birthday is that there are some things that I do that are like ultra transformational. Now, they're the smallest part of my business, but the impact that I get to witness people go through as they're going through these learning experiences just fills my heart. And so because of that, this year, my focus is to figure out what is it going to take to flip my business to spend 80% of my time, effort, etc. on serving through sweat equity improvement and emotional bungee jumpers. Because those are the two things. Those are the things that I get to see shift people's mind live and in the moment. So if you have any suggestions or ideas, please send them my way because I could use all the help I can get because, again, just figuring it out. Now, it has been amazing, and I'm grateful to the contributions that you have made in terms of keeping me motivated and helping me move forward. So heads up, if you're opening this the day I send it out, it is Tuesday morning. And we have our first session of virtual sweat equity improvement starting off tomorrow, Wednesday, at 6 p.m. Central. And it's going to be happening 7 sessions every other week. We have several sessions scheduled each quarter of the year. There's a link down in the bottom for you to get some information. Check it out. If you know anybody that would get value out of that experience, share it with them. I would love you forever. And also emotional bungee jumpers. That thing's happening all year, every year. Jennifer Lacey and I are on a mission to get feedback and ideas from current jumpers to figure out how to make it the type of experience that you would feel guilty not telling everyone you know about it. And so we've got some really beautiful ideas. Ian Smith, Sean, a whole bunch of the jumpers have contributed gigantic ideas. Lance, and we're working diligently to figure out how to implement them and make that experience super duper awesome. So we'll be rolling those out throughout the year. Now, you probably remember the past few months I've been threatening a little bit about a weekly newsletter. And my buddy Lance Furuyama, super awesome. If you want to brainstorm and network with excitement and fun, Lance is the guy. But don't take up all of his time because he's mine right now. Anyways, Lance turned me on to this LinkedIn newsletter thing, which helped me because I've been wanting to do a weekly newsletter, but I also don't want to be flooding people's inbox with just garbage, right? You got so much stuff going on already. You don't need an extra email. Anyhow, so I went the LinkedIn newsletter route. Again, there's going to be a link down there. So it is the Monday morning hug. Every Monday, I'm sending out a weekly newsletter. Got some video in it, got some audio in it, got some text in it, got a super awesome resource. And then, of course, upcoming live events that are going to be happening on the LinkedIn, produced by other construction content creators and members of my network that I think are pretty awesome, doing super cool stuff. So hit the link, follow the newsletter or subscribe to it, whatever. It lives on LinkedIn. If you're a LinkedIner, you get it, right? Now, December was super cool because I had 2 super awesome interviews. Miss Gloria interviewed me on her live stream. And we got into the book. She clearly read the book and she asked me questions around one of her favorite stories. And I think I was kind of off track. She kept wrangling me back in. I was at a hotel in Florida, distracted because people were coming, had Wi-Fi issues. Anyway, she did a phenomenal job of the interview and gave me the opportunity to highlight the book, Becoming the Promise You're Intended to Be. And also I got interviewed by Mr. Brad Levitt. And I got to tell you, I listened to the interview. I don't really remember what we talked about. I just remember I had a really great time having a conversation with him. Smart guy. He asked penetrating questions And when I listened to the replay, I was like, son of a gun, this dude made me sound smart. Like, for real, made me sound like I know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna put the link down there. I want you to check it out because I said some things that are true, and I need to figure out how to keep saying them that way so people think I'm smart. And 2024, kicking it off right, we had our very first No BS live stream, Jennifer Lacey and I. And I think that conversation, especially the after party, kind of laid out what our conversations are going to be over the next 6 months. We were talking about bobbleheads and jellyfish and really the echo chamber. Are you creating an echo chamber? And more precisely, we're talking about how do you design your life so that you're not living by default? How do you, like, what are some tips and tricks you can use to surround yourself with people that are going to challenge your assumptions and challenge your thinking? Um, but man, the chat lit up. The after party, huge. It was just really deep, thoughtful questions, challenges, clarifications around communication. And so I'm just gonna spill the beans here and say, like, the next series of No BS with Jen and Jess live streams are gonna be focused on communication and not like this message sending communication, like the listening part of communication and the nuances between feedback and input and corrective conversations, the venues for those things. I think there's a lot there, and I believe that that content is going to help a whole bunch of people get very clear. It's probably going to be, it's definitely going to be like on the granular splitting hair side of things. But I know that that framework is the way I think, and it helps me minimize a ton of static and confusion and disappointment, etc. And helps me serve better, right? And when I say serve, especially if you have direct reports, these little frameworks, these definitions that we're going to get into will help you serve the people that like report to you. You'll be able to help develop them faster and more efficiently. In terms of the resource, I already mentioned his name, Lance. Lance has a newsletter on the LinkedIn. He sends it out every single day. But what he does specifically is he shares other people's content. And the selection that he makes in terms of the content that he's sharing in his newsletter is phenomenal. Like, it's really moving stuff. It's thought provoking stuff. It's informational. It's educational. He's got all kinds of goodness in that thing. And Lance, thank you for including No BS with Jen and Jess live stream on the upcoming event part of your newsletter. And so, folks, I do recommend follow his newsletter, subscribe to it, engage with it, engage and follow the people that he's highlighting because he don't play. Like, he ain't no scrub. He's picking ballers out there and sharing their content and ultimately growing the construction community, right? Grow, or maybe helping increase visibility of the content creators that are putting themselves out there to get the word out. I appreciate y'all very much. I hope your year is going to be phenomenal. If you're like off to a rough start, don't worry about it, man. You get a new day tomorrow. And always remember, be kind to yourself, be cool, and we'll talk at you next time. Peace.